I mean, unstoppable scorer. And rebounder on the collegiate level, and he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental, and not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent play. It's Harden with the drive. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Ariza.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Beasley the screen, and Beverly kicks to Harden. Jacks up a three. No luck. Good D by Irving. Cleveland leading by 7. Shoots the three. No good. And Houston the other way.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And the Cavaliers call time here. And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverly, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys in the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
Now, here is Irving. 24 points for him. That drops. Irving's got 27 points.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
You know, talking about Beverly, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverly's toughness on defense particularly.
Here's Irving. James Harden picking up that last basket. Got him with the pump fake. Savvy move right there. And it's 29 points for Kyrie Irving.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. To the paint. Here's Moniunas. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverly, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing. Spacing.
For Kyrie Irving. LeBron comes in for Shumpert. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova.
Pedal to the floor.
Rockets trail by 6. Passes to Moniunas. Back to Harden. Houston moving it around. There's a screen by Moniunas. Smith against Ariza. At the elbow, Harden. Moniunas dishes to Harden. Off target from outside. The Cavaliers leading by 6. On the wing, Irving. Ariza covering. Irving double team. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
Okay.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
You know, they've really put themselves in the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Okay.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in, and it's Brewer in for Trevor Ariza. Stolen by Terry. Pushing it up. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Corey Brewer.
I can't drop, nobody know?
Irving against Terry. Irving kicks to Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 8. Cavs didn't start the season as a team built around the three, but they would end it that way.
Yeah, and after the trade for Smith and Shumpert, it changed their dynamics. All of a
Yo
sudden,
lo
they
tiré
can
en
do
el
a lot
suelo.
of damage.
Get out!
Now here's Terry. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Lets it go from deep. Brewer's shot is off. The Cavaliers leading by 8.
Oh, Terry.
It's off his leg. And it's whistled a kick.
And, you know, for the Cavs, they ended up in the top 5 and made threes per game. But they actually led the NBA and made threes per game after the trade.
Daniels is checked in for Houston. Now here's Irving. He has 29. Smith.
Wake up,
with a
every
wide
day.
open look.
Know that
No good
I
on
am
the
blessed.
three.
Counting on my
Rockets trail by
cash.
8.
You know this blessing.
The dish to Terry. 55 seconds left in the first half. Shot by McDaniels, no good.
And last season, the Cavs would shatter all sorts of franchise records in the 3 department. I mean, it makes sense to have that many shooters on your roster when LeBron opens up so much in terms of floor space.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Monte Eunice. Now, here's Brewer. He's covered closely. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They've led by as many as 11 points. On its way from Irving for 2, and he hits the jump shot. Irving's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Wake up, every
And
day.
starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Moving against Terry. Beasley the screen. Terry the pass to Brewer. He feeds it to McDaniels. Here's Terry. Mental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Simply fantastic. Cool as they come. Even keel.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
I dropped Patrick.
Cavaliers ahead, leading by 8. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He ended up with 31 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland? And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
Well, they lose.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
all right. The second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Always been a dynamic scorer. And we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Thompson is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Irving at the 1. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. The kick out to LeBron. Love outside. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Love's got the lead up to 11 now for the Cavs.
This defense is giving their shooters free reign to operate from behind the arc.
And when you allow shooters to get in a rhythm, then you're going to have problems.
Look at that.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays to get them fired up in the past.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. Now, you know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up the threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
Iman Shumpert is checked in for the Cavaliers. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Irving. Beverly wide open. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Beverly's got 5. And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, who signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
Timeout called Cleveland. Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were at home.
Boy, did they shoot it well from beyond the arc at home, Kevin. I mean, top 3 in the league in terms of three-point shooting. It does help to have LeBron, doesn't it?
It does. That is a factor. Let's catch up.